Hello and welcome to the Bay Area Case Studies Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, including another session an hour from now. So sign up for more if you haven't done so already at the same place you signed up for this one. This presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week, strivescan.com/BACS or BACS. Now, a very quick note, there's no way you can learn all that you need to know about making an informed college decision about any school in a 6-minute presentation. That's okay. The idea here is to kind of whet your appetite. It's the appetizer before the bigger meal. And that bigger meal being a campus visit, either virtual or in person, or a one-on-one session with a rep, that sort of thing. But this will give you an idea if you want to pursue more from any one or all 6 of these schools that you're going to hear from it during the session. All right, I've gotten the housekeeping stuff out of the way. I will step out of the way now and turn it over to our first presenter. We'll hear from Northwestern University.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. Let me pull up my presentation here for you and we will get started. I am so glad to be with you this evening to introduce you to Northwestern and our community of 8,000 undergraduate students. We are located in Evanston, Illinois, just north of the city of Chicago. And if you're new to Northwestern, the most important thing you need to know is that our students are really the heart and soul of everything that we do. I think that's true for a lot of colleges, but I'm certainly excited to introduce you to our students tonight. So those students come to Evanston from all over the world, all 50 states, and they bring with them really every conceivable background, identity, preference, belief system that you can name. They're very diverse in every sense of the word. And they really, when they're in classrooms together, working closely on projects and engaging with faculty members, they really become teachers to each other. And that's the kind of place Northwestern is. You're going to interact in meaningful ways with your classmates and with your faculty members in and out of the classroom, and you're going to learn a lot from all of them. You're also going to be able to share a lot of great insight with all of them. So we have a community that's very interactive, that's very collaborative, and it's very supportive of one another. And we make those connections with your classmates and with your faculty members in a really flexible and interdisciplinary academic program. So you may know of Northwestern as a research university. That is true. It is central to our mission that everyone on this campus is able to contribute in some significant way to their industry or their academic field of study. As a research university, undergraduate students are able to access research and to take the lead on that in all of our academic departments and programs. And so the research and specialization piece is a big piece of what we do. But Northwestern is a place where you can sort of embrace the "and" in life. And so in addition to the research university, we are also a liberal arts college. It's specialization and its breadth and exploration. So as a liberal arts college, we are encouraging our students to explore a wide range of academic disciplines and programs. You have a lot of flexibility here to come in and change your mind once or twice about what you want to study, to explore programs and majors across our undergraduate schools and to combine them. The majority of our students are combining more than one area of academic study. So you'll see our 6 undergraduate schools on the screen in front of you. The College of Arts and Sciences is our liberal arts college. That's in the center of the screen. And then we have the 5 schools with a more technical or specialized focus that surround it. So that's journalism, education, music, communication, and engineering. You'll have a home base in at least one of these 6 schools. And again, the flexibility to pursue majors, minors, and electives in the other 5 as well. The reason that we're able to provide students that much flexibility to explore and then build an academic plan once they get to Northwestern is because we operate on a quarter system. This is our academic calendar. So instead of offering just 2 semesters, one in the fall and one in the spring, we have 3 academic terms in the school year: fall, winter, and spring. The summer is our 4th quarter, but you're not taking classes then. That's yours to do with what you wish. The 3-term system allows you the time to dive deeply into your major of interest, to pursue a second major if that's what you want to do, to take the time to explore different elective classes, and to build all of those different pieces of your academic plan together in a way that really makes sense for you. So Northwestern's a place that's going to welcome you. If you have a firm academic plan from day one, great. And we're also going to welcome you if you have absolutely no idea what you want to study and you need some guidance as you figure that out. All of this is happening in a really small and tightly knit academic community. So most of our classes are quite small. The majority of classes on campus have fewer than 20 students enrolled, and our student to faculty ratio is 6:1. The other benefit of the quarter system is that it gives students time to pursue experiential learning opportunities, study abroad, internships, undergraduate research, things like that. You can see some of the statistics that outline those programs on the screen here, and there's, of course, a lot more information that you can dive into later. But the main message for you here is to know that these skills-based experiences, these opportunities for you to develop your skills in a professional context, they're not an afterthought for us. They're available to all of our students. They are just as important and valued on campus as is the time that you spend in a classroom. And so your academic advisors and the quarter system, again, are going to allow you the flexibility and encourage you to take advantage of many of these, not even just one, throughout your time at Northwestern. And then beyond academics, of course, we have a vibrant campus community. Students live on campus for at least 2 years. And my favorite thing about Northwestern is that students can do what they love. That's what I love the most about our community. We are not a place where there is really a dominant interest or student group or identity. We are a community of artists and athletes and activists, and oftentimes students are all one and the same. They're engaged in so many different things. And so you don't have to exist in a box here. You can explore both Big Ten athletics and all sorts of other activities while you're on campus. I think our community at its core is very collaborative and very celebratory of those different interests. And that's what students love about it, is that they don't have to sacrifice one interest for the other as they get to know our community. All of what I'm describing is a really personalized experience, so that when you graduate and you start to build a career that's going to last you the rest of your life, you're not just getting a job, but you're building a really meaningful career that's a great match for your skills and your interests. You are welcome to connect with us to learn more. I would love to chat with you. Contact information at Northwestern Admissions is on the screen here. Thanks so much for listening tonight. I'm going to pass the mic over to my colleagues now.
Thank you very much. I will remind everyone to ask questions. Use the Q&A button. You can do that at any time. Also, check out the chat. You'll be getting some good info coming from our representatives during this session. Up next, let's hear from the representative from Mount Holyoke College.
Sorry about that, everyone. I've got to go back in my presentation here. Here we go. So good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Reynolds. I'm Director of Enrollment Marketing and Communications at Mount Holyoke and Senior Associate Director of Admission as well. I'm your California representative, and I'm excited to have the opportunity tonight to introduce you to my beloved alma mater. So Mount Holyoke—
Nicole, real quick, sorry to interrupt. You're not sharing your screen right now. It actually stopped sharing when you reset it.
It stopped sharing. Okay, well, let me figure that out. Thanks, Russ, for cluing me in here. Are you able to see it now? It's telling me that I'm sharing.
No, it's not, or I don't see it anyway.
All right, let me back all the way out.
There you go.
And go back to you. There we go. Are we on?
There it is. Your sense of what's expanding your sense of what, there you go. Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, terrific. So Mount Holyoke, as you are looking at, private residential liberal arts college for women that's located on 700 stunning campus acres in Western Massachusetts. For those of you who aren't familiar, Massachusetts is a space that's really rich in the culture and the arts and varied outdoor opportunities and social justice activism. Our campus is home to 2,200 students, and 98% of them live on campus for all 4 years. We're located about 90 minutes west of Boston, 3 hours from New York City. And we are very proudly the first of the powerful 7 sister colleges. We were founded at a time, 1837 actually, when there were no college options for women. And our founder was acting on the strong conviction that women could and should do more than what society deemed was our highest calling at the time, which was be wives and mothers. And we're grateful that she did, of course. Today, we're a ways from that founding moment in 1837, and we're a gender diverse and affirming institution. That means that we accept applications from females, non-binary, and trans students at Mount Holyoke. But our mission has stayed steady over those years. We exist to empower the next generation of female leaders at Mount Holyoke. So maybe some of you are newer to thinking about women's colleges, or as I'm speaking, or just learning that they exist. Not a problem. It's a niche choice. Fewer than 2% of women in the US choose to attend a women's college. So bold and unconventional choice for higher education. But as alums, that 2%, our community of alums, are a community of firsts and innovators and leaders. And that's because at our institution, it's not about equal opportunity. It's about every opportunity to cultivate your leadership skills, to define your own intellectual trajectory, and to craft a social life that's grounded in your choice and not social norms. So we attract students on our campus who are seeking a front row learning experience, and we offer them an environment where they won't run up against preconceived notions about what they can or should do by virtue of their gender or by virtue of any other facet of their identity, quite frankly. We give them the space and resources to develop their voice by speaking up and by speaking out. Emily Dickinson, you probably have heard of her, she benefited from Mount Holyoke's culture of empowerment. So too did Frances Perkins, who was the very first woman ever appointed to a presidential cabinet. And so too did Jean Sammet, who was the woman who wrote the first widely used computer programming code in the United States. In fact, graduates of women's colleges like Mount Holyoke claim entrepreneurial roles and positions of leadership across professions and at a statistically much higher rate than our female counterparts who graduate from co-ed institutions. But you won't only see women at Mount Holyoke, not only because we're a gender diverse campus, as I mentioned, but because we're part of something bigger, and it's known as the 5 College Consortium. It's our partnership with 4 nearby schools, Amherst College, Hampshire College, Smith College, and the University of Massachusetts Amherst. We're all located in a 6-mile radius of one another, and our campuses and towns are connected by the largest free bus system in the Northeast. Students can cross-register for courses across campuses at no additional cost. The 38,000 students in those 5 colleges socialize across campuses in the context of parties and lectures and events. And we join clubs and organizations across campuses. Most theater and dance productions, for example, have open auditions for all 5 college students. Each of the 5 colleges certainly has its own personality. And at Mount Holyoke, if there's a shared set of qualities that our students possess, it's that they are deeply intellectually curious. They are the kind of student who is always asking why, who wants to dig deeper, and who likes to explore topics from multiple angles. They are strong in their convictions. They are often pitched towards social justice issues on our campus. And they're ambitious, independent thinkers who value community and uplift. So because of this really neat constellation of qualities that our students possess, we trust them to carve their own paths at Mount Holyoke, and we support that journey through things like academic rigor, close faculty mentorship, really rich experiential learning opportunities in professional and research settings that allow you to put theory into practice on multiple occasions before you leave our gates. We have students conducting research and engaging in internships all over the world. Students at Mount Holyoke choose from 48 majors, our 10 most popular majors on the right-hand side of your screen. And about 1/3 of our students are majoring in STEM fields, 35% in the social sciences, a little bit less than 1/3 in the humanities. The strength of those academics are really tied to the strength of 2 things, our faculty and our classroom dynamics. And we're really, really proud of both at Mount Holyoke. Our professors are dynamic teachers. They foster collaboration, not competition, in our academically rigorous classrooms. They also happen to be global scholars with active research agendas who pull students in on that work, both in and out of the classroom. And mentorship is their priority. This year, the Princeton Review ranked us #1 in the country for our faculty as professors getting high marks because they recognized all of those qualities in our faculty. We are a common application and a coalition application school. You can apply using either platform. Some quick deadlines for your reference: early decision 1 and 2, both binding, and a regular decision round at Mount Holyoke. And as I mentioned, I am the person who works with students from California. So if what I've said has piqued your interest in any way, feel free to reach out for more information and to start a conversation.
Thank you very much. Questions for any of our representatives? Use the Q&A button. You can do that at any time. And as I mentioned before, check out the chat for information that our representatives will be sending to you. Up next, let's hear from Seton Hall University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Hansen, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions for Seton Hall University. I'm going to get on the right slide eventually here. And I'm based in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I'm happy to meet with you tonight. If you're not familiar with Seton Hall, we are a leading Catholic university located just outside of New York City, 14 miles away, in a nice little village called South Orange, New Jersey. So I always say our students get the best of both worlds. They live in a nice suburban area with New York City right in their backyard. We are very diverse student population, 45% diversity rate with just over 6,000 undergraduate students, so quite diverse. We're also very easily accessible to Philadelphia, and also mountains and different outdoor opportunities you can explore in the areas, and just a 20-minute drive from the Newark airport, so very easy to get to. Seton Hall is great because one of the things that makes us special is we are a very personalized environment. We also offer great opportunities for students that is same as a large research university that you might find, but it's a very nurturing environment, and your faculty are your mentors, not just your teachers. Some of our points of pride is being a pirate at Seton Hall. We do offer the #1 business leadership program in the nation. It's been ranked #1 in the country for the past 5 years in a row. We also are really proud of our outcomes. So we're among the top 25 universities in the nation with the highest paid graduates. Mid-career earnings of those graduates are 50% higher than the national average. So wonderful employment opportunities. And we are ranked #4 in the country for offering those internships to students. Some of the programs that are very popular among our students that they choose from the West Coast especially include our School of Diplomacy and International Relations. This has an exclusive alliance with the United Nations of America, where students can do internships, and also they get internships with the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Service. Also, they can study in Washington, D.C. for a semester and work at the White House and work at many different public service organizations. Our Stillman School of Business is also a big draw for students from the West Coast. Our direct entry College of Nursing, and as well as our College of Communication and Arts, many fabulous internship opportunities with all the major TV networks, even on Broadway. And we also have a radio station and a TV station on our campus, but our radio station is our highlight because they have won the Marconi Award. They've been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they've also been voted the #1 non-commercial radio station in the nation. Our School of Health and Medical Science is also a very strong pick among students on the West Coast. A little bit more about our School of Business. Again, we do have a very excellent leadership program. Because of its excellence, we have started a leadership institute that offers leadership programs for students in all different majors. We also have a mock trading room where students can learn how to do trades as if on Wall Street. They can become Bloomberg certified in our business program. And they also can work in our sports polling center, where ESPN works with our students to conduct sports polls on various issues. We offer a lot of great dual degree programs, which offer a way for students to get through their undergrad and a professional degree or a graduate degree in a shorter amount of time. This includes our partnership with the Stevens Institute of Technology, which is located in Hoboken, New Jersey. This offers a 3+2 or 5-year total program, bachelor's to master's degree, bachelor's in physics, and then master's in engineering or artificial intelligence. Students can also do research as early as their freshman year at Seton Hall. Our dual law programs also offer great opportunities for students. We have an excellent law school. For this 3+3 program, students can choose between undergraduate degrees of business, diplomacy and international relations, political science, religion, or social work. Our School of Health and Medical Sciences, again, a lot of great dual degree programs. We offer a 5-year program or 3+2 in athletic training, and also 6-year programs in occupational therapy, physical therapy, physician assistant, and speech and language pathology. And lastly, our joint MD program. This is a BS to MD program. Again, we have a partnership with the Hackensack Meridian Health Group. This has been ranked one of the top health groups in the state of New Jersey. So this gives students a great pathway into going to medical school. As I mentioned, we have a very personalized environment. Our average student to faculty ratio is 14:1. And of our services, our career services is just top notch. Our career services is very dedicated to outcomes of our students. So for internships, as I mentioned, we're ranked number 4 in the country. Over 80% of our students will complete between 3 to 5 internships before graduating from Seton Hall. And we have, again, a very high employment rate. This is just a very small sampling of our internship opportunities where students have gone on to work or begun their career. Student Life as a Pirate includes over 150 different clubs and organizations that we offer on campus. Our students are very involved on campus activities. We have also a great performing arts center on our campus, and students can perform there as well as our local performing arts center in South Orange. We are part of the Big East Conference at Seton Hall. We offer 14 Division I athletic teams. Most notably is our men's basketball team, but most recently, our men's soccer team did win the Big East just a few days ago. We are also very generous in offering great scholarship opportunities to students. So it's very important to us to make your college education as affordable as possible. So we do give over $100 million in grants and scholarships each year to students. We are also test optional through the fall of 2026, so you can look forward to that. I also will put an application fee waiver in the chat box. And lastly, we are offering on-campus tours. Please come and visit our beautiful campus if you can. If you can't get there, of course, we do have virtual resources for you to access. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Questions for our reps? You can use the Q&A button to ask those at any time. And again, check out the chat for information that they are sending to you. Up next, let's hear from the representative from Hamilton College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nikki Barron. I'm an Associate Dean of Admission at Hamilton, and I'm also a Hamilton College alum. Some of the challenges that Hamilton alumni have is that it's really hard to contain our enthusiasm for Hamilton College. Current students also love to gush about their experiences here at Hamilton. So the challenge is to contain my enthusiasm in the very short 6 minutes that we have together this evening. But Hamilton College is a small liberal arts college. And if you are considering other small liberal arts colleges, it's possible that they're all starting to sound similar. Maybe they're starting to blur together. And I think some of the ways that Hamilton stands out from other places is that we have a tremendous sense of community on campus among students, faculty, and staff, but also off campus among alumni. Also, Hamilton gives students a very personalized experience where you truly get to make your experience on campus what you would like it to be, both academically in the classroom, but also in terms of your out-of-class experiences. So just the facts about Hamilton: we were founded in 1793 and chartered in 1812, making us the 3rd oldest college in New York State. We have about 1,850 students on campus, and we are located right in the middle of New York State. We are about 4 hours from Toronto, 4 hours from Boston, and 4 hours from New York City. Our students come to Hamilton from all over. Students come from different backgrounds with different experiences, different perspectives, and they contribute their great stories to our campus community. Diversity in all of its forms is really celebrated on campus. One of the reasons why we have such a strong sense of community is because we are entirely residential. 100% of our students live on campus for all 4 years. So you are living and learning with your peers for the entire time that you're a student at Hamilton. At Hamilton, we make a promise to every student that's made up of 3 components. First component is study what you love. Second component to the promise is that we promise that you'll get to be who you are. The third piece of the promise is that you'll get to find your future. So to delve more deeply into each of these promises, the first one being study what you love. We accomplish this through our curriculum. Most colleges and universities have an have a core curriculum or a set of distribution requirements. Instead, Hamilton has an open curriculum. So this means that you get to design your own liberal arts college experience. You get to work really closely with a faculty advisor to design your own liberal arts college experience, taking classes that most interest you, and also taking classes outside of your comfort zone. Your advisor will help you take classes across all the different academic disciplines and ensure that you're taking classes for the well-rounded liberal arts college experience. But in every classroom here, you are in a very dynamic classroom environment because every student that you're surrounded by in each classroom is someone who is registered for the class out of an interest rather than registering for classes just to satisfy requirements. At Hamilton, we have a very strong emphasis on communication. In just about every class you take, there will be an oral and a written component to it, because whatever it is that you choose to do after you graduate, you will need to know how to communicate effectively. And so that's why it's so much a part of the academic experience here at Hamilton. Students and professors regularly work together in the classroom, out of the classroom as well. Students and professors are getting together in office hours, working together in different campus events and campus activities, and also meeting regularly in residential settings. Students and professors also collaborate regularly in the form of research. Students are welcome to do research in any academic discipline and at any point during your 4 years here as a student. Also, we support any student who would like to study abroad, regardless of your major. We have our own Hamilton programs in both international and domestic destinations, but we also will support students who would like to choose a non-Hamilton program in another location, and certainly work with you to help you include study abroad if that's something that you'd like to include in your college experience. The second piece of the Hamilton Promise is be who you are. Students are very involved outside of the classroom in extracurricular activities. We have a great athletics program. We are part of the NESCAC, the New England Small College Athletic Conference, which means that all of our varsity sports teams are competing at the Division III level. We also have great club and intramural sports programs, and about 2/3 of Hamilton students compete in athletics at some level. Students are also very involved in the arts at Hamilton, and you can be involved in the arts regardless of your major. You don't have to major in any of the arts if you'd like to pursue them as extracurricular activities. We also have about 200 student-run clubs and organizations. Students are often involved in lots of different extracurricular activities rather than focusing exclusively in just one extracurricular area. So it creates a really actively engaged and involved student body here at Hamilton. The last piece of the Hamilton Promise is find your future. And at Hamilton, we are really committed to working with students throughout their 4 years on campus as they prepare for what's to come after college. We have a great career center. You will have a career advisor who will be assigned to you, and you will have the same career advisor for all 4 years that you're a student at Hamilton. But the Career Center is also going to be a lifelong resource available to you, working with you as an alum if you are navigating the process of changing your job or changing your career. We have a really strong alumni network of Hamilton alums scattered all over the world who really want to work with current students. And so a lot of the summer internship opportunities and the post-graduation employment opportunities come about because of the alumni network. About 97% of our students have at least one internship, and about 83% of our students have 2 or more internships during their 4 years at Hamilton. So Hamilton students are really excited to be at Hamilton. We have a great sense of community, and it will be a lifelong experience and a lifelong relationship that you'll have with the college even after you've graduated. Thanks for your interest this evening, and I'm going to turn it over to my other colleagues who are here.
Thank you very much. I'll remind everyone how to ask questions. Just use the Q&A button and check out the chat for the information that our representatives are sending to you. Up next, let's hear from Elon University. Mandy, I'm not hearing you for some reason. Are you? It shows that you're unmuted, but I'm not hearing any sound. Yeah, still nothing. Nope, didn't work. Why don't we skip you and come back and move to Gettysburg College? if our representative from Gettysburg is ready to go. I'll come back. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll come back to Elon, but Lauren, if you're ready to go, let's go ahead and we'll hear from Gettysburg College now.
Okay, sounds good. All right, hello everyone. My name is Lauren and I'm the rep from Gettysburg College. I'm one of our senior assistant directors of admission, and I'm also a proud alumna of the class of 2016. Let me go ahead and get this started to share. So to give you a little bit of a crash course on Gettysburg, in case you've never heard of us, we are located in South Central Pennsylvania in the historic town of Gettysburg. So we're fortunate to be in a world famous location. So I always like to share with students that you are getting sort of the best of both worlds here, the small community-centric atmosphere of a small town, but we're also not so terribly far from other major metropolitan areas. And we also welcome 3 million visitors to our town each year. So while we are part of a smaller town community, we are also not a sleepy town. So there are tons of restaurants, shops, and things to do in the local area. Plus, we're also bordered by hundreds of acres of national park. And so during this moment in COVID, it's been a really great relief for our students to be able to have lots of outdoor space to enjoy. So you've got gorgeous battlefields on one side of campus and a great town within walking distance on the other. So all of your necessities are right there. For students flying in from a little bit farther away than the Mid-Atlantic, the best areas or the best ways to get to us are by flying into Baltimore and Washington, D.C. Both are about an hour and then an hour and 15 minutes away from campus, and we provide shuttle services to and from the airport. So it makes it safe and easy to get back to campus. Our biggest reliance on a metropolitan area is Washington, D.C. We have an office for our Eisenhower Institute, our hub for public policy, on campus in Gettysburg, and one in Washington, D.C., just a few blocks away from the White House. So for students who are exceptionally interested in public policy, our Eisenhower Institute is one of our distinctive programs that really does complement our academic offerings and provide students a lot of opportunities for pre-professional programming in the fields of public policy, political science, and law and legal studies. Students can be part of seminar programs that dive into the sort of like an introduction to DC politics and do a lot of networking in our Washington Connections program. There's opportunities to study conflict in the Middle East, women in leadership, and there are some senior level fellowships as well, where students are actually doing funded research on behalf of the federal government and presenting to embassies and other professionals that are making, policy decisions and changes, nationally and internationally as well. So really high level experiences all at the undergraduate level. Gettysburg College is home to 2,600 undergraduate students from all across the country and all across the world, and we are an exclusively undergraduate institution, which means that you are the sole focus of our residential community and for our faculty. We do guarantee housing all 4 years, so students do stay on campus. And with that, it means we have a really active and robust residential life here on campus. We are a D3 institution with 24 varsity sports. Our women's lacrosse team are 3-time national champs, so I do always brag about them when I have the chance. And we also are home to the Sunderman Conservatory of Music. And so just as we have stellar athletes, we also have phenomenal musicians that are bringing lots of arts opportunities to our campus and are not only studying music academically, but are also performing for extracurricular opportunities as well. So it's a pretty active place to stay around on weekends. Students have 120 clubs to choose from, so you will not be bored here, I promise. I always go one too far. Academically speaking, Gettysburg College offers 65 majors, minors, and programs, so we have a lot to choose from. We do have a goal-oriented curriculum, so not a series of 100-level courses that all students have to take, but rather we want students to interact and engage with specific areas of thought, global understanding, conceptualizing diversity, interdisciplinary studies, and a variety of different courses can meet those goals. So students really can cater their Gettysburg curriculum to courses that they're interested in that will help them explore what we have to offer and hopefully lead you to the things that you're passionate about. So you have lots of things to choose from, and we hope that our goal-oriented curriculum helps you explore things that you haven't had the chance to see in high school yet. It's pretty easy for students to major with multiple minors or double major. More than half of our students do have multiple areas of academic interest that they pursue at the degree level. We have an average class size of about 17 students. Biggest course you'll see on campus, 35, smallest of the single digits. So we really are focused on that student to faculty interaction. Again, as I mentioned, as an all undergraduate institution, our faculty are primarily and solely focused on you and your experiences. not only for mentorship academically, but opportunities to engage in research or to sponsor you for different fellowships or research opportunities beyond the Gettysburg College campus as well. So that is definitely an experience that many students are getting. Over half of students are engaged with research during their undergraduate career at Gettysburg. In addition to our academic programs, I did mention the Eisenhower Institute as a distinctive program. I'd also like to share with you our Center for Public Service, which is our hub for community service on campus. And not only are they active community service servants as part of that program, but they are also students engaged in advocacy and policy change. So working to move that needle locally on issues of food insecurity and educational access, but globally in a variety of ways as well. And so that really is a dual initiative, service and policy change. And our Garthwaite Leadership Center is a hub for leadership development from an academic start to a experiential and engaged ending of that program. And so students are able to network and engage in career and pre-professional programming through the Garthwaite Leadership Center as a part of their leadership development. So great opportunity for networking and personal development there. Lastly, I always share that about 60% of Gettysburg College students do study abroad. We offer over 100 programs on 6 different continents. So the only place we really can't send you is Antarctica. So again, students have a lot of flexibility academically outside of the classroom with our distinct programs. And then in addition to that, globally as well. Last but not least, I always share that Gettysburg is a pretty straightforward school when it comes to applying. We are a Common App school and we are test optional. So students, we have been test optional, we will continue to be test optional. And all of these things will be here for you to think a little bit more about as you get closer to the application deadline, but do not hesitate to reach out. I will include my information in the chat box. So thank you for joining us this evening and learning a bit more about Gettysburg.
Thank you very much. And again, questions can be asked using the Q&A button, and check out the chat area to see the information that the representatives are sending you. We'll see if we got the gremlins worked out here, and we'll go back and try it again with Elon University.
All right, I'm going to do mic check first.
I can hear you.
Yay, awesome. So yeah, I had a weird black screen. So thank you all so much. I appreciate it. So my name is Mandy Corcoran. I'm the Regional Assistant Director for Admissions. I'm based here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm in Sunnyvale. So I am your admissions counselor, and I'm so excited to be here tonight and glad and hope technology holds out with me. So where is Elon? Who is Elon? What is Elon? So Elon is a university located in Elon, North Carolina. We are in the heart of North Carolina. We're about 45 minutes from 2 major airports, one in Greensboro and one in Raleigh. So it is easy to make your way over from the West Coast over to the East Coast. We are a private liberal arts university. We're mid-sized, and we really focus on global citizenship as well as that really heart of the liberal arts education. And that really makes up our philosophy here throughout our 4 different schools. So we have our College of Arts and Sciences, which houses our traditional liberal arts, as well as our STEM majors, our brand new engineering program, our brand new nursing program, as well as our award-winning performing arts and our additional health sciences. We have a top 50 business school. The Love School of Business has strong programs in finance, accounting, and entrepreneurship, as well as an amazing school of communications that actually has its own movie theater within it. And it's known for strengths in journalism, cinema and television arts, and sport management. And then finally, our School of Education, which focuses on hands-on student teaching from your very first year. One of our students' favorite things about our curriculum is that we do not require a secondary application for any of our different schools or programs. The only exception to that, though, is our nursing and our performing arts. But what that means is that you have the opportunity to kind of dabble and try every single type of program we have at Elon. So you can be a business major taking classes in communications. You can be a double major across the different schools. You can also pick up majors, minors, and really explore those different programs. So what makes up our community at Elon? We are first and foremost a community, and you'll hear that echo throughout everything you ever hear about Elon. But our students, we have about 6,300 undergraduates, and about 80% of our students are coming from out of state. So you're not going to be alone when you're coming from out of state over here in California. And actually, California makes up our number 10 school for where students are coming from across the nation. We are residential experience, so you will be required to live on campus the first 2 years, and you can bring your car to campus. But we also have space for students to live on campus all 4 years, and about 70% of our students do live on all 4 years. Our students live within our residential neighborhoods. 5 of the 8 are for first-year students, and we call them neighborhoods because they each have their own kind of theme or personality, if you will, built into them, like our global neighborhood or our historic neighborhood, or ones based on leadership and civic engagement. And finally, you will not be bored at Elon. We have over 284 clubs and organizations, as well as 17 Division I sports. We are part of the Colonial Athletic Association. So now you know a little bit about our community and about Elon. Let's talk about what makes us unique. So we really focus on making that inside the classroom experience combined with the outside the classroom experience for those amazing and outstanding outcomes that we have for our students. So inside the classroom, we have an average class size of 20, a student faculty ratio of 12 to 1, and 100% of our classes are taught by faculty. And all of our classes are capped at 33. So you're never going to have those large lecture courses, and you're always going to be taught by a faculty member. This really allows our students and our faculty to lean into our philosophy of teaching here at Elon, that is teaching through mentoring. So I always joke that at Elon, you collect mentors. It starts with me, and then it goes to our amazing West Coast student ambassadors, which are your first peer mentor. And then that goes on to your faculty mentors and additional staff and peer mentors throughout the way, and then your alumni mentors. So you really have that mentorship and those connections throughout your experience at Elon and beyond. What really makes us unique is that we require all of our students to complete experiential learning. So what do I mean by that? We are talking about hands-on real life experience. And so at Elon, we call it the Elon Experiences. So now these 5 things on the screen are not unique to Elon, as you've heard from my amazing colleagues. However, the fact that we absolutely require students to complete 2 out of the 5 of these experiences is typically unique to Elon. So let's just talk through these really quickly. Study abroad. Our mission is for every student at Elon to be able to study abroad. And that makes us the #1 study abroad university for private universities in the nation for 4 years. And because of that, 79% of our students are studying abroad, and an additional 12% will go on to one of our Study USA centers. 88% of our students are completing internships, many of those outside the state of North Carolina. 23% are completing research, 87% are completing service learning, and 55% hold a significant leadership position across campus. This, combined with that inside the classroom experience, means outstanding outcomes. So 95% of our students are employed in graduate school, completing an internship or a service organization like the Peace Corps, as we are a Peace Corps prep program, and 92% are related to their career objective. So you come to Elon, explore all of our different majors, find your passion, and pursue that passion post-graduation. How do you become part of the Elon family? You're going to submit your application either by November 1st or January 10th. We have early decision and early action. These are all the things that we're looking for. We are testing optional for the next 3 years, with the hope that we will continue to be testing optional. And also, I would love to connect you with a West Coast student ambassador so you can talk one-on-one with a peer about how that experience can be coming from the West Coast over to the East Coast. I will put my contact information, and thank you so much. I appreciate you all joining me and dealing with all of these different technical issues. I look forward to hopefully meeting you in person or virtually in the future.
Thank you very much. And I want to thank everyone for joining us for this session. And I want to thank all of our representatives for presenting all this great information during this session, as well as we're pretty much at time. So I want to just remind everyone that when you close this window, you will get a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for more sessions, including one in about 15 minutes here, if you haven't done so already, at the same place that you signed up for this one. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other session recordings, strivescan.com/BACS/facts. Once again, thank you to all of our representatives from our 6 schools for presenting great information during this session. And thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care.